Announcing the new political party, GAP, Geriatric Ableist Party. Their platform is constructed of Chinese titanium reinforced steel, especially formed with no steps and a non-slip ramp, and includes a Sunday early bird buffet every day. To join, you just need to be 70 years of age and have early stage dementia and a Medicare card. Silver Sneakers card will also be accepted. Spend your golden years attacking the mask-wearing marauders trying to control your life and Congress. Join the GAP today, do your patriotic duty, and soon you'll be the one crying, bingo! And now, with the Liberation News Update. Here are the longest running and slowest running news team in modern history, river and town.
Hello, Joe? Yeah, how can I help? No, sir, no, I'm sorry. I don't know where she is. I remember seeing her at the inauguration, but I can't recall seeing her much since then. I had heard she might be going to the border, but they say Kamala hasn't shown up there. I don't know, Mr. President. Shouldn't you know where she is? Yeah, I forget things sometimes too. I think I heard she was going to Korea. No, I don't. I don't think she's in one of those Korean pop groups. No. Well, yes, definitely. I'll call if there's any news. What? Oh, yeah, you've told me this story. Yeah, I gotta go, Mr. President. I gotta go. Goodbye, Mr. President. Goodbye, Mr. President. Goodbye. Yeah, you can tell me the story next time. Goodbye.
Welcome to the news.
All the news that's fit to eat.
First up in the news, amid the damage and loss of life Hurricane Ian has produced, Governor Ron DeSantis, that's what it's produced, besides other things, known in some circles as Baby Trump. He's said to have faced the real cause of why these climate disasters continue to take lives and create devastation. He says that almost all scientists completely agree that climate change is the problem. We have developed a moral climate that allows gay marriage and transsexual athletes and critical race theory to spread throughout the atmosphere. And this disturbance of the traditional order of things is really messing up the air and causing all sorts of turbulence. When asked about this, Mr. Baby Trump said, "Mickey Mouse is the devil, and we should make him pay taxes."
Everyone loves Mickey Mouse, but now we know he's a gay-loving groomer. America's children need right-wing Ratty to protect them from sickos like Mickey and his friends at the Disney Corporation. Your kids will love Ratty, but not in a gay way. Right-wing Ratty is a strong truck-driving masculine role model who keeps an eye on the parts babies are born with. Mickey Mouse came from the twisted mind of Walt Disney, the well-dressed artist with a neatly trimmed mustache. Need I say more? Right-wing Ratty comes from the manly, patriotic mind of Ron DeSantis, who's not afraid to make a law that punishes a corporation for saying the wrong thing. And since every cartoon character needs a catchphrase, right-wing Ratty's got 'em.
Don't say gay. Don't say woke. Don't say anything DeSantis doesn't want you to say. Now go get me another beer, you little
Right-wing Ratty, keeping America's kids straight and corporations compliant.
In business news, Pillow Man Mike Lindell has announced he is merging Serta and Sealy mattress companies and creating a new product called the Trumpster Rest. It will be made of new mattress product stuff of colorful sweatshop-made material, stuffed with top secret documents and blank Trump Organization tax forms. As a special innovative feature, while you sleep, It will reach into your bank accounts and send your money to the Save America and Donald Trump Fund. Sounds like a real hybrid model.
Mika Brzezinski is waiting for her new t-shirt, Cool to be Cruel, from would-be Governor of Michigan, Tudor Dixon, who would slash millions from education, infrastructure, and public safety, and pledges to enforce Michigan's dangerous 1931 anti-abortion law, which has no exception for rape, incest, or life of the mother. T-shirt money goes to the Michigan Militia Defense Fund.
Thank you for your patience. There's no easy way to say this, but your baby has a catastrophic brain abnormality.
What does that mean?
It means that parts of her brain didn't form. Your daughter, if she is to survive, will live only a matter of hours after birth. During that time, she will experience a multitude of seizures and ultimately aspirate on her own bodily fluids. She will suffer. A decision will need to be made on termination. I wish I could tell you what to do, but there is only one person who can make this choice.
How much time do I have?
And that person is Greg.
Greg?
Who the f*** is Greg?
Yeah, let me just give him a call. Hey, Greg. Dr. Robinson here. Listen, I've got a pregnancy that could... Yes? But I think this one is the... Yes, okay. Sure. Okay, I'll let them know. Yeah. That's gonna be a no. Best of luck to you.
In further entertainment news, well-known QAnon cannibal Tom Hanks has agreed not to eat any MAGA Americans or QAnon adherents without stadium mustard.
Are you tired of those lame reality shows? As we all know, there's no fear in Fear Factor. Your attention span can't survive Survivor. Now, LBTV has created the ultimate in reality shows. Eat Your Neighbor. Eat Your Neighbor! Yes, you heard that right, folks. Really put your survival and culinary skills to the test. If you are interested in becoming a contestant, send your dental records and a postcard with your weight, height, and body fat index to the address on the screen. And stay tuned for Eat Your Neighbor. Eat Your Neighbor! A reality show you could finally sink your teeth into.
You know that the Donald and the Trump family are concerned about America's health and if they're getting enough protein in their diet. Well, now, Trump International Meats has announced a new product, Soylent Green. They have a solution for the meat shortage and how to handle coronavirus victims and also feed the poor. So pick up a can of Soylent today.
Soylent Green is made out of people.
Silent Green is people!
Our accused sometime affiliate, The Onion, unlike us, a satirical news website, is defending a Parma, Ohio man who set up a fake Facebook page that mocked his local police department. As they said, he was arrested for making fun of them. Hey guys, we better lock the door. The FBI is coming any minute.
Hey dudes, cool it. We're just here to watch Sister Judy and Biff Barf.
All you patriots everywhere, you red-blooded Americans, Oath Keepers, and Proud Boys and your families, don't miss your once-in-a-lifetime chance to come on down to the annual bi-monthly, open every weekend, Blood of the Lamb Patriots Day Bicentennial Liberation Brew All-American Gun Show. Come and see and sample the finest American-made, except for all the Chinese stuff, weaponry of every kind. Sample the most advanced automatic pistols and bazookas made with the newest 3D machines. Relax at the Slaughterhouse Cafe with the family in a newly imported Bradley vintage World War II tank replica. As our special guest, retired Lieutenant General and National Security Advisor Michael Flynn regales you with stories of collateral damage and the finest enhanced interrogation techniques. And you can find the perfect weapon for that special occasion as you scan our 100 weapons booths. Come on down, folks, to the historic Cleveland Arena, rebuilt with the finest Russian steel and Saudi oil on the soil of the legendary Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, especially for this sacred event. Come see, come sample, and be part of this patriotic blast. No commies or liberal fascist Antifas allowed.
In more marketing news, a vampire slayer kit owned by the recently deceased Van Helsing sold for nearly $15,600 or 1,300 pounds at a British auction after bids came in from around the world. The winning bidder is said to have come from a place called Transylvania. A Mr. A. Lincoln, a locally known vampire hunter, brought home the heavy wooden box, adorned on its outside with a set of brass crucifixes that slid to unlock the kit. Inside the box is a matching set of pistols, a brass gunpowder flask, holy water, a Bible, a wooden mallet, a wooden stake, brass candlesticks, rosary beads, and a ticket to a Lady Gaga concert. The box also contains top-secret U.S. classified documents from an unnamed source in Florida. The auctioneer explained the task of killing vampire is extremely serious, and historical accounts suggest the need for very particular methods and tools. Stake anyone?
We have an update now on the government's seizure of property from Mar-a-Lago, the home of Mr. Donald, I can't make this out, Rump? Mr. Donald Rump? Is that right?
No, I think that's Donald Frump.
No, wait a minute. That was the disgraced, twice impeached traitor, the traitor president called, what was his name? No, wait, I'll get it. Donald Lump. Donald Lump, that's it, Resident Lump. Anyway, he claims that the papers were his because they became declassified when within his brain he willed them to be. Here now is Dr. McGillicuddy with a MAGA adherent reported to be affected by Mr. Lump's psychic powers. So I understand you've got some kind of power that somebody gives you to...
The Donald gives me power.
To do something to documents?
He's got all powerful. And this document proves it. It's in black and, it's in white. It's a white document. It's America. It's got to be in white.
Wait a minute, let me check this.
Donald, help me. Help me, Donald. Ooh. Lump ally Vlad the Impaler Putin has announced a mobilization and recruitment campaign, which some people call a draft. Here we see potential soldiers being encouraged to sign up.
This has sparked protests across Russia, leading to hundreds of arrests. Russia is also planning voter referendums tomorrow, potentially leading to the annexation of 4 Russian-controlled regions of Ukraine.
With a step across the border, fear turning into relief. Thousands of military-aged Russian men finally reaching the Georgian checkpoint after a harrowing trek from their hometowns, all to avoid being sent to fight in Putin's war in Ukraine. Crushed to leave so great in parts that it can be seen by satellite. With reports that people are waiting up to 50 hours in their cars to cross over. Many, like Dmitry, travelling part of the journey on foot. The 27-year-old spent 7 days trying to escape from his hometown in central Russia. An estimated 260,000 have left Russia, according to Western officials. Up to 100,000 estimated to have crossed into Georgia alone, and not everyone's welcoming Russians with open arms. And telling Russians fleeing the draft that they are welcome to apply for asylum. As limited options still remain to get out of the country, anti-war sentiment is growing. Protests again today against mobilization across the country. Hundreds arrested.
Looks like there's an epidemic of accidental falls in the Moscow area that some claim are related. In case you missed it, the chairman of Russia's second largest oil producer and vocal critic of Putin's war in Ukraine, Ravil Maganov, died recently after falling from a 6th-floor hospital window. In March 21, Yegor Perseverin, the founder of the nationalist website Sputnik and Pogrom, died after falling out of the window of an apartment building in Moscow. He had been very vocal about a coming Russian civil war and a collapse of the Russian Federation. Around the same time, Russian diplomat and suspected FSB officer Kirill Zalo was found dead after accidentally falling out of a window at the Russian embassy in Berlin. In 2020, Alexander Kagansky, a top Russian doctor reportedly working on a COVID-19 vaccine, was found dead with a stab wound after falling from his high-rise apartment in St. Petersburg. At the start of the COVID epidemic in early 2020, 2 Moscow doctors who protested hospital working conditions accidentally fell out of their hospital windows and fell to their death. And just last month, staunch Putin critic and Latvian-American Dan Rappaport, an open supporter of the jailed opposition leader Alexei Navalny, died from a fall from an apartment in Washington, D.C. Rappaport's former business partner, Sergei Chizhenko, fell to his death from a Moscow apartment building in 2017. Now, some Russian doctors have concluded that this epidemic is caused by a far too rare but infectious bug that creates sporadic eruptions of conscience and courage, followed by a sudden desire to fall, or in some cases, stab oneself and then fall. Dr. John and Dr. Hook are conferring about it now, but a number of window manufacturers claim it's definitely not structural problems.
Wouldn't it be great if we actually got along with Russia?
The problem is not that Putin is smart, which of course he's smart, but the real problem is that our leaders are dumb.
Видишь меня, подрывая твои убеждения. Позже твой день своим блеклым лицом не волнует твои возмущения. Дикие псины боятся меня и огня, это не совпадение. Сижу и блюю на твой мраморный пол, скалит зубы на день подражения.
Vladimir Putin does not want Belgium. He just wants to keep his western border secure. That's why he doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO. And that makes sense. Imagine how we would feel if Mexico and Canada became satellites of China.
Remember that Zelensky is a thug. Remember the Ukrainian government is incredibly corrupt and it is incredibly evil and it has been pushing woke ideologies and it really does the new
And now they're going on about Russia and Vladimir Putin is Hitler, and they say that's not a good thing. And can we give a round of applause for Russia? Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. We are honored, we are humbled and excited to welcome to the stage right now for our first speech, and we love to get to know her much better. I think this is going to be the beginning of something great. The representative from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
All we're hearing on the news is Ukraine, but yet here in America, what real Americans care about is gas prices they can't afford, inflation that goes up and up to where grocery bills are unaffordable, and they're very concerned about our out-of-control open border. Crime is out of control, but yet Washington is completely disconnected and seems to care more about sending our sons and daughters to a potential war where they do not belong.
Иду я на день мраморной плоской, изутанный день в отражении.
President Biden has led the coalition supporting Ukraine with a push to expand the NATO alliance. NATO has recently accepted Finland and Sweden, and there's now talk that Fredonia is being considered. And now even the kingdoms of Wakanda and Parma are being considered for membership. Emperor Muli Yuli Guli of Lilliput is also requesting membership, as is Nader the Relentless of El Kulanunda, as long as they can stay in the shadows. This is truly an amazing coalition. The Russian bear will have much to contend with.
50 миллиардов и радужный лучик роднина. И Кабаева факелы вручат в лагерях подчиняться и плакать научат. Салют начальничкам, привет, доча. Сочи блокирован, Олимп под надзором. Спецсредства, оружие, топы ментов. ФСБ аргумент, МВД аргумент. По России один аплодисменты. Путин научит тебя любить родину. 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 Весна в России бывает внезапный. Привет, миссии. В качестве залпа Авроры прокурор настроен. По-хамски ему нужен отпор, а не красивые глазки. Карьер для протеста, водка, матрешка. Тюрьма для болотной, наливка и корка. В петле Конституция, на зоне витишка. Стабильность, пайка, забор, вышка. Путин научит тебя любить родину. 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 Для дождя перекрыт эфир. Гей-прайд отправлен в сортир. Двухочковый туалет — приоритет. Приговор России, режим общий 6 лет. Путин научит тебя любить родину. 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 Родину, 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 родину.
As brave Ukrainian men and women have become the heroes of the free world, battling Putin's aggression, television personality and leader Volodymyr Zelensky is the target of a bidding war by ABC and Fox network execs who are hoping he will be the replacement for Jimmy Kimmel or Fox News personality Tucker Carlson. Jimmy is replacing Dr. Fauci at the CDC, and Tucker is set to be the new pool boy for Vladimir Putin. So those will be big shoes to fill. But Vladimir believes he can do it once he's finished off the Russian army.
In response, the Putin boy has convinced Saudi Arabia and the other OPEC countries to reduce oil supplies to the world to punish us all for making him feel bad about losing the Ukrainian war. Putin.
In human rights fashion news, the women of Iran are challenging Iran's laws that require women to wear head coverings. There have been large demonstrations in over 50 cities throughout the country in protest of this sexist custom that symbolizes women's inferior role and general lack of rights. As we air this report, the conservative ayatollahs may be ordering unrestrained violence to put this revolution down.
In the meantime, friend of American business and the Lump family, and the man who ordered the killing of American-based journalist Jamal Khashoggi, Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman and Malaman, MBS as he's known to creeps all around the world, continues to keep women in prison who had the audacity to drive cars on Saudi streets. But women around the world are rising, and they won't stay down for long.
My revolution begins in the body. It isn't waiting anymore. My revolution does not need approval or permission. It happens because it has to happen in each neighborhood, village, city, or town, at gatherings of tribes, fellow students, women at the market, on the bus. It may be gradual and soft. It may be spontaneous and loud. It may be happening already. It may be found in your closet, your drawers, your gut, your legs, your multiplying cells, and the naked mouth of taut nipples and overflowing breasts. My revolution is swelling from the insatiable drumming between my legs. My revolution is willing to die for this. My revolution is ready to live big. My revolution is overthrowing the state of mind called patriarchy. My revolution will not be choreographed, although it begins with a few familiar steps. My revolution is not violent, but it does not shy away from the dangerous edges where fierce displays of resistance tumble into something new. My revolution is in this body, in these hips, atrophied by misogyny, in this jaw wired mute by hunger and atrocity. My revolution is connection, not consumption, passion, not profit, orgasm, not ownership. My revolution is of the earth and will come from her, for her, because of her. It understands that every time we frack or drill or burn or violate the layers of her sacredness, we violate the soul of our future. My revolution is not ashamed to press my body down on her mud floor in front of banyan, cypress, pine, Calian, oak, chestnut, mulberry, redwood, sycamore trees, to bow shamelessly to shocking yellow birds and rose blue setting skies, hard exploding purple bougainvillea and aqua sea. My revolution gladly kisses the feet of mothers and nurses, and servers and cleaners and nannies and healers and all who are life and give life. My revolution is on its knees, on my knees, to every holy thing, and to those who carry empire-made burdens in and on their heads and backs and hearts. My revolution demands abandon, expects the original, relies on troublemakers, anarchists, poets, shamans, seers, sexual explorers, mystic travelers, tightrope walkers, and those who go too far and feel too much. My revolution shows up unexpectedly. It's not naive, but believes in miracles, cannot be categorized, targeted, branded, or even located, offers prophecy, not prescription, is determined by mystery and ecstatic joy, requires listening, is not centralized, though we all know where we're going. It happens in stages and all at once. It happens where you live and everywhere. It understands that divisions are diversions. It requires sitting still and staring deep into my eyes. Go ahead. Love.
Many have wondered why Senator Lindsey Graham has proposed his abortion ban for government control over every uterus in America. The rumor is that Lindsey was aborted himself by Donald Trump's mother in the 40th month of pregnancy, and he's doing everything he can to become a member of that family again. That doesn't sound viable to me.
You're weird.
He is weird, but cute.
Gross.
Mary Anderson,
Yes?
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy.
You gotta be kidding me.
That is my personal business.
That's for the courts to decide, ma'am. Your medical records have been subpoenaed, and Dr. Landry's already in custody.
No, my God, you can't just.
You will have to submit to a physical examination.
What? By who?
No one's touching me.
Ma'am, turn around.
Oh my God.
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Why is this happening? Love you, honey bear.
We're just enforcing the law here.
Elections have consequences. Vote Democrat on November 8th. Stop Republicans from criminalizing abortion everywhere. Protect women's rights and freedom.
Please, don't do this.
It's hard to keep track of Trump family fraud these days. From steaks to vodka to universities to Trump charities to casinos to tax evasion, slave labor, and bank fraud. In the apple doesn't fall far from the tree category, here's a commercial for Ivanka Ware.
We'll be fine with the environment. We can leave a little bit.
Before we get back to tonight's episode of Eric and Don Jr.'s Squirrel Safari, a word from our sponsor, Ivanka Wear, the not-so-exclusive clothing line that meets all your correctional needs. Jump on these fabulous jumpsuits while they last, in colors from orange to faded orange. Remember, Ivanka Wear, it all comes out in a wash. The Trump University is offering a new graduate program funded by Koch Industries and offered at special bargain prices. The Joseph R. McCarthy School of Advanced Studies. Courses include Surveillance without FISA warrant, Blacklisting 101, Advanced Study in Learning to Rid Yourself of Decency, Advanced Bullying. Folks, don't miss this opportunity to learn the best practices ever in business and government. Get the education you need to get ahead in this brand new world at the greatest university in history. Just remember to bring your money and leave your ethics at the door.
There's also a rumor that Democratic politicians are now gathering up pregnant women in their states and sending them in planes and buses to anti-abortion states. I wonder where they got that idea. Governor DeSantis has no comment.
Taking credit for sending at least 2 planes filled with migrants to the wealthy Massachusetts island of Martha's Vineyard.
The planes carried 50 migrants from Venezuela. The island community was given no heads up about it. All they did was see some planes and a bunch of people come off. The group arrived with children and some elderly family members, all of whom could not speak English. The community, though, banded together. They helped them. They set them up in a nearby church overnight.
Now, what's truly bizarre about this situation is all of these immigrants came from Texas, and it appears only the planes were provided by Florida specifically to bring them here.
You know, there's assholes, and then there's this guy.
After a chaotic 48 hours, the nearly 50 Venezuelan migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard by Florida's governor are back on the road, being moved to a military base off the island. But not before tearful goodbyes to the volunteers who rushed to help when they unexpectedly touched down Wednesday. I'm thankful for the support, for the good people here. They've given us phones, food, shelter, 23-year-old Rafael says, telling us he crossed through 7 countries to flee violence in Venezuela. It's really difficult. I'm scared to return to my country, he added. The migrants were given the choice to go to the military base, according to Massachusetts governor. He says the base is better equipped for safe, temporary accommodation. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis sent the migrants to the wealthy, largely Democratic enclave, joining a growing list of Republican governors protesting President Biden's immigration policies, which they say have sparked the record 2 million illegal border crossings this year. DeSantis argues it's unfair to southern states that don't have the resources to handle it.
Are that on Wednesday, September 14th, here in Bexar County in the city of San Antonio, our understanding is that a Venezuelan migrant was paid what we would call a bird dog fee to recruit approximately 50 migrants from the area around a migrant resource center on San Pedro here in San Antonio. As we understand it, 48 migrants were lured, I will use the word lured, under false pretenses into staying at a hotel for a couple of days. They were taken by airplane. At a certain point, they were shuttled to an airplane where they were flown to Florida and then eventually flown to Martha's Vineyard, again, under false pretenses is the information that we have, that they were promised work, they were promised the solution to several of their problems. They were taken to Martha's Vineyard from what we can gather for little more than a photo op, video op, and then they were unceremoniously stranded in Martha's Vineyard. What infuriates me the most about this case is that here we have 48 people that are already on hard times, right? They are here legally in our country at that point. They have every right to be where they are. And I believe that they were preyed upon. Somebody came from out of state, preyed upon these people, lured them with promises of a better life, which is what they were absolutely looking for, with the knowledge that they were going to cling to whatever hope they could be offered for a better life, to just be exploited and hoodwinked into making this trip to Florida and then onward to Martha's Vineyard for what I believe to be nothing more than political posturing. We are going to be opening an investigation. It is way too early for me to start naming any suspects. We do have the names of some suspects involved that we believe are persons of interest in this case at this point, but I won't be parting with those names. I think to be fair, I think everybody on this call knows who those names are already, so I won't be naming any of them.
When we find ourselves in times of trouble, we look to Sister Judy, Judy K., and the feel-good ministry of the air.
And now, brought to you through your goodwill offerings and the grace of our Lord. Remember, for every $100 gift, you receive your own personal Jesus car deodorant on a sacred string. And now, put your hands together for the feel-good ministry of the air. Welcome, Sister Judy K.
Well, hello everyone. This is Sister Judy K. I want to welcome you to the Feel Good. Thank you. You know, we're coming here live to you from beautiful downtown Altoona, Pennsylvania, here at the Baker Mansion, and we have a live studio audience here. We want to welcome everybody here and all of you out there in TV land. Well, you know, Brother Mickey Don Fred is not with us today because he is on a special mission. In honor of our dearly departed Reverend Joe Bob Ed, and he's going to bring Barbies to those poor, unfortunate third world babies on our borders and in the evil socialist democratic cities controlled by that mentally damaged Biden guy and that foreign woman, what's her name, Jim Kabbalah? Something like that. That sounds like a religion of something. Everyone knows they burn babies and jam the vote machines and get dead people to vote or something like that, don't they, Jim? It's just horrible. And now they're still saying they won, and they're trying to get our dear President Donald J. Trump, in trouble for telling the truth about that crooked election. And they stole all their documents from the president's house, and even, you know, they took away his passport. I mean, I've just never heard of such a thing. So, well, you know, our one and only true president has something to say about that, and we're going to help him, aren't we, Jim? Here's something that will help the cause of the Lord and cheer patriots everywhere.
That's right, folks. The Patriots Free America Gun Range out on Route 666 at the corner of Grace and Hades, just down the street from the Second Amendment Cafe, is contributing $1 from each emission to the Protect Jesus campaign, with a special 50-cent contribution from every box of AR-15 and Uzi ammo going to the Stop the Steal Foundation and the Bullets for Bad Guys Fund. Help America, save Jesus, and learn to blow away bad guys at the same time. Bring your wife, bring your husband, bring the kids for the best in family fun in the land. And don't forget your guns.
Well, now from time to time, we read a thoughtful contribution from one of our parishioners. And today we have a contribution from a Mr. Stanford Scatterbrain of Havnohead County, Nevada. Well, it seems in surgery for a heart attack, a middle-aged woman had a vision of God by her bedside. "Will I die?" she asked. God said, "No, you'll survive. You even have 30 more years to live." That's wonderful, isn't it, that God was speaking to her even at that time. With 30 years to look forward to, she decided to make the best of it. So, since she's in the hospital anyway, she gets breast implants and then liposuction, a tummy tuck, hair transplants, and even collagen injection in her lips. She looks fabulous, and you know she did. The day she's discharged, she exits the hospital with a swagger. Proud of her new appearance, crosses the street, and is immediately hit by an ambulance and killed. Oh my goodness. Up in heaven, she sees God and confronts him, thinking he's betrayed her or made a mistake. "You said I had 30 more years to live," she said. "That's true," says God. "So you know what happened? Why did you do this?" she asked. God shrugs. "Well, I didn't recognize you, huh?" It's pretty funny, but you know, we as women want to look the best for our men, so doing anything you can to keep your man enticed is so important. Thank you. Well, I don't know if that whole thing is that funny, but you know, I do get the parts about her wanting to, like I said, please her man. Now we have to pause here at the Feel Good Ministry to honor a great Christian man, our beloved real president and supreme leader, Donald J. Trump. This is one of those times when true Christian patriots have to come together to protect our country and our way of life. We here at the ministry have been doing our part, haven't we, Jim?
That's right, sister. Mr. Franklin Pimplemine of Lackasense, Louisiana, drew the first winning ticket at Mar-a-Lago in our drawing for one of St. Peter's sacred toenail clippings, recently discovered in a first-century urinal in the hills of the Holy Land, and set in amber by the finest European craftsmen. And with that, Mr. Pimplemine got a special surprise, an all-expense-paid tour to the beautiful historic Kremlin in Moscow, Russia, generously donated by that wonderful Christian man, President Vladimir Putin, to help the Save Our President, Prevent the Steal Fund. And our viewers still have the opportunity to receive a sacred relic and a memorable trip. That's right, folks. For every $100 gift to the Save Our President, Prevent the Steal Fund, you too can be awarded with a sacred toenail clipping in the next drawing. Don't miss this opportunity to do something for your country, for Jesus, and become the envy of your neighbors at the same time. Remember, save our president, save our country, and buy and save your ticket. And you could be a winner too.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? A sacred relic, yes, from St. Peter himself, and a chance to help your beloved Christian leader, Donald J. Trump. The Lord must be smiling. I know for sure he is smiling down on us. Now, as we have found a way to help you protect your family from the terrible things happening in the world, what do we have for our friends, Jim?
Are you tired of fearing the phony COVID virus, or shingles, or even the flu? Well, we're here to tell you, you don't need a vaccine or a shot or a pill. Instead, look to God and protect yourself and your family with just a small vessel of our sacred spring prayer water from right here on the grounds of the Feel Good Ministry of the Air. Said to have been blessed by the Apostle Paul, this sacred water will meet all your needs for just a small free will offering. A single vial is just $14.95, or receive two for just $27.25. Better yet, save the whole family with our sacred 5-pack for a one-time free will offering of $59.99. That's just $59.99. Save yourself, save your family, save the world. Get your family pack now. You won't be sorry.
It's awfully special, isn't it, Jim? Looks like it's time for us to go and to get on with God's work, as I'm sure all of you will get on today and leave here just knowing that you're important. And until next time, this is Sister Judy K. And remember, you are wonderful.
Classified klepto, Donald Trump is said to be offering something special to the American public. Here's their new message.
Do you want to make America great again? Make it safe for Donald Trump and all the other true Americans? Then don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Are you tired of your neighbor bragging about his autographed jerseys or footballs, or people down the street showing off their embossed copies of the Declaration of Independence or the Bill of Rights? Well, here's your chance to become the envy of all collectors and the talk of your neighborhood. For just one low price of $199.99, you can have your own personally pilfered by President Donald Trump classified document. For just $99 more, you can possess the names of secret agents around the world with the purchase of your choice of top secret documents. If you order now for just $49.99 more, we will include an autographed copy of our real president teeing off at his Florida White House Mar-a-Lago. All of this for just one low price of $349.99. But wait, we're not done yet. With the purchase of this amazing package, you have the opportunity to possess an extraordinary one-time gift from America's Mayor, Rudy Giuliani. A sample of the mayor's head juice and crabs meticulously collected by rabid patriot archivists from both his 9/11 speech and his campaign to overturn the fake election. That's right, that's classified documents, your choice of top secret documents, a rare electronically signed photograph of the real president, and a wonderful gift from America's Mayor that your neighbors will talk about for years, all for just $349.99. Shipping and handling fees do apply.
Donnie, you're out of your element.
Secret Service said they have dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment he is not coming, but that could
Check.
Oh, he comes, I'm gonna punch him out. This is
Oh,
my
wow,
moment.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm gonna punch him out and I'm gonna go to jail and I'm gonna be happy.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Let's get ready to stumble! Don King and Deep State Productions announce the fight of the century. De Niro versus Trump. The Raging Bull versus Bullshitter in Chief. Travis Bickle versus the Donald. Max Cady versus the Cheeto. Rupert Pupkin versus the Putz. Live at the Cleveland Arena. Closed circuit viewing at the Memphis Drive-In. Date to be determined. Free streaming on LBTV. Proceeds support the Institute for Red State Mental Health.
Here now is a new Grandpa Joe story.
No, you're going to tell a story. I don't believe that I can bear to listen to another one of your stories right now.
No, I'm serious. Let me tell you something. No, really, I really mean it. I remember Scranton. My dad had to walk 24 miles to work each way, and he had to work 13 hours a day and then put in 9 on his extra job before volunteering at the soup kitchen. And he still had time to feed the neighbors and help them fix their cars. Look, and there were lots of times when folks in our neighborhood would lose their jobs and my mom would organize everybody and they all go down to the house and feed those neighbors. Really. And my brother Jimmy and Francis, Valerie, would organize the kids in the neighborhood. No, I really mean it, not a joke. And I'm not one either, but I'm serious. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Joe. We love you anyway. Love that guy. In the science news, Dr. Frederick Meathead reports after consulting with the Creation Center and the Trump Family Foundation, Democrats plan to employ billions of Brood X cicadas, which now come out every 4 years, to illegally vote in the election and commit the same fraud the Democrats did in past elections with illegal alien red ants.
Are they making up or making out? One of our reporters has discovered this rare reach-around photo in a buried meat locker. What does it mean? Here comes Biff Barf with Ted Williams, just ahead on sports.
Biff Barf here with the sports report. Yeah, it's that time of the season again. Let me get rid of this pigskin. Whoa, nice catch, Jim. Jim, our camera person, went to Whoops University in Dropsy, Idaho. Isn't that right, Jim? Jim does double duty for Sister Judy. Whoa, okay. Excuse the lateral, folks, but the Dupuytren's, it's getting the best of me. Can you say John Elway? The driver. Speaking of QBs, the soap opera that are the Cleveland Browns continues as they look for a happy ending to a questionable season where there were more than a few decisions that they would have or should have punted on. Boom, aye, boom. Many female fans of Biff Barf say they will not be watching the Browns games anymore. But that's not the only problem the NFL has. It's the season of seizures. Oh, yeah, because so many players are getting concussions. Oh, man, that's, yeah. And it looks like those balloon helmets will be all the fashion next year. On a more positive note, congratulations are in store for the Cleveland Guardians. Yes, the Cleveland baseball team. Let's give them credit for doing the right thing, changing the name, changing the logo. And good things happen when they do the right thing. It's been a very enjoyable season. Wouldn't you agree? No? No, serious. Oh, okay. And it's an honor. And it's also an honor for Liberation Brew to all these years to be covering the protest by our indigenous fellow peoples and the First Nation peoples. And we just want to thank Liberation Brew and our producers and River Smith and Sam Phillips and all those guys. And like I said, it was an honor. So that's it for this edition of Sports with Biff Barf. So let's hope we keep our head in the game. And then, as I always say, keep your eye on the ball. Go Cavs! So may all your news be good news.
And every child get a new pair of shoes.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how?
Hello, Liberal Bias TV. I'm just calling to make a suggestion. Why don't you have like a debate between opposing viewpoints instead of having just a one-sided conversation all the time? Because then you might be more like a legitimate news show instead of just plain straight-up propaganda.
Go to Europe and believe an American bad for clearly speaking one of you. You're in the minority, you know that, right?
I have never seen such insufferable trash in my life.